Yeah, so greyvember, Blooming in Antarctica came out December 29th. You got a lot of musical stuff going on. What made you decide to create greyvember?
Um, Honestly, man, I'm just like I write pretty constantly,
Right.
and
Yeah.
I'm a fan of like most genres of music. So like not everything I write sort of neatly fits into a certain project.
Hmm.
Um, so yeah, just like over time building up this massive catalog of songs that the vibe of other bands that I'm in. So I figured that'd be I may as well just start something that's like purely for me to get my own ideas out that doesn't really need to be attached to like someone else. Like not necessarily saying that I love working with other people, but it's like if you got mates who are like super into like Stone Doom or super like 80s hair metal, like when you present like a song that's like super black metal or super death metal, they're like, yeah, I don't really fuck with that. I'm not really keen to turn it into something. So
Mm. Yeah. You
I
need
just kind
someone
of
to
got this
put it.
stockpile of songs that don't really fit anywhere in particular. I'm like, all right,
Yeah.
yeah, I want some, like it'd suck to just sit on them forever and then have no one except for me listen to them, just like sitting in my own demos in my bedroom. Like, yeah, this guy, I'd rather at least one other person hear him.
Yeah. Yeah. Cool, man. So it's I've read that Greyvember's black and death metal, and then Metal Archives has it listed as progressive death metal. And I can sort of hear both. Like, what do you sort of think? Like, what do you think's in there?
I mean, like the majority of my influences are more in that kind of like Black Death realm. So like, I'd call it like Black and Death.
Hmm.
But a lot of people have been like in the press have been calling it progressive death. Um, I'll be honest, man. I just like to me, all guitar music is either got blast beats in it or it doesn't.
Yeah.
And like that's the two genres. Like blast beats or it doesn't or it's not very good.
Yeah, 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 cool. Um, I like that really dissident sounding guitar part in Madness, that little woo
Yeah.
thing, you know. There's nice shredding in there as well. How'd you write for Grave Ember? Like, did you start with the drums? Like, how'd you put it together?
Yeah, I think it depends on the song. It's like the
Yeah.
songs that really clearly have like more of a groove. Like I think Madness is probably a good example of one where it was like the drums came first. Where I can't remember what I was listening to. I think it was like Hatebreed or something like that. But there was like just a song that had like that real stompy, like two, like just like 1 2 1 2 sound to it. And
Mhm.
I was like, fuck, man, I'd love to write a song that has like that kind of vibe. So I was like, the drums came first to that, and I was like trying to write something that uh, pushed that vibe. Whereas other songs like Reflections, the riff for that came like years ago after a party with the guitar kind of strumming along nice and clean. So that intro riff like came first. I
Mm.
was like, oh, so like write it down. But the majority of the songs are kind of like they all get chipped at over time.
Mm.
So like every time I have an idea, I'll try like I'll pro off. I've got like sheet music handy depending on like the situation, and I just kind of keep revisiting everything every day or two and try and see if I can add like
Mm.
another couple of bars to it. So I very rarely will just start with a song and then finish that song in the one hit. It'll be like I'll start like 16 songs and all of them slowly kind of progress. And then eventually there's like 16 songs all finished at once.
Yeah, cool. With recording and production, like, what's your setup? Are you working at home? Like, what's the go?
Yeah, I'm sitting in it at the moment. Yeah.
Oh, cool.
So I've got this Tascam Model 12
Mhm.
MIDI keyboard, and I've got like a couple of mics, but I tend not to mic the amps up that much. Because
Yeah.
like amp sim tech has come so far nowadays that I feel like I can get better tones out of the amp sims than I can out of the room, especially because like this is the room that I have to work with. It's not particularly
Mm,
ideal acoustic treatment.
sure. Yeah.
And as much as I'd prefer to have that sort of raw sound. I think it's more important that it sounds good than it like was done organically.
Yeah, man. Yeah.
Yeah.
Um, I read that you moved to Melbourne at 17 to like really go full-time music, give it a crack. Did that start with like busking? Like what were you doing when I know you
Yeah,
still,
man.
I read you still busk,
Yeah, like
but is
one
that
week
where
out
you
of high
started?
school. Um,
Yeah, yeah.
yeah, yeah, I fucking love busking, man. It's I meet like so many fucking sick dudes and like people that I met randomly while busking. Usually because like I'll be playing like some semi obscure cover, like just like like more niche metal stuff. It's like not niche if you're a metalhead, but it's like niche if you're just like a passerby.
Hmm.
So like I'll play like God, I fucking know that, and like then we are the same then, and then like
Hmm.
boom, now you're friends. Um, yeah, it's also really cool. Like when busking, I get to meet a lot of like kids who've never
Oh,
experienced heavy metal before because like they like their parents don't listen to it or anything like that.
yeah.
And seeing toddler shit ever because like they yank on their parents' hand and start like running in a circle, and you're like, yeah, man.
Mhm.
I get.
When you're busking, what are you playing? Like, is it an acoustic guitar or what's the setup?
Oh yeah, yeah. So I have I bring electric guitar. I've got like line six helix with a 10 straight on the helix, so it's like basically the same tone as recording as it is uh live.
Hmm.
And then run that into like a PA speaker, and I'll bounce out whatever recording I've done just without the guitars or without the vocals in it, whatever I want to play live.
Yeah.
And then yeah, play that. It's like slowly building up. Like I think the next step that I want to do is introduce some stuff like try and get some lighting synced
Oh, yeah. Cool. Yeah.
to the music as well. But I do really enjoy how there's that element of like accessibility, like people who would never be able to go to or don't know where to go to get to a metal concert or don't know like who to talk to be part of the scene. It's just like I'm in the middle. Yeah, so the bigger and the more of a show it is, the better I think.
Hmm. Yeah, cool, man. So, do you play greyvember stuff? Busking? Is any of that stuff out there?
Yeah, yeah. So it's I actually have like a playlist I can link you that's got all the songs that I play. So it's like about 80% Amber stuff that's been released. I'll also use it to crowd test songs for the
Hmm.
different bands that I'm in. Where I'll make like a kind of demo version of the backing track and play that out in public. And like if people throw tips or enjoy it, then it's like all right, well maybe I have a banger on my hands. Whereas if every time I play it, everyone's like, can you don't produce that one?
Fair enough. Yeah. Cool. So, do you think there's ever a chance, like, because obviously, you play in Bent's Head and that stuff. Is Gravember ever going to be like a live thing with the band and stuff? Is that in the cards? Or?
Yeah, I kind of hope so. I'm just playing it by ear at the moment. Like at the moment, it's recording only project.
Hmm.
But if there's like enough interest, like if enough people actually buy the EP or the like future records when where it actually seems like we could half fill a room, then like yeah, definitely put a band together for it.
Yeah.
But at the moment, I don't really want to recruit a bunch of dudes to put like six cunts in it. Like I feel like that'd be disrespectful of their time at the moment.
Yeah. Fair enough. That's cool. So, what's next for Gravember? Obviously, you got the EP just came out. Are you working on another release or anything like that?
Sure am. So I've got another four tracks that I'm hoping to have have out by June. They're fully tracked. I'm just working on the mixes at the moment.
Mhm.
So I've got a few more guests today. A close mate of mine named Jamie Milioni. He used to play for a band called Obscurum, like back in the day, who has just like this, but he's not actively in any bands. And I keep complaining that he's not actively playing in any bands. So I've dragged him onto this one song. So at least, he's got, I can enjoy it. So it's probably the one I'm most excited for.
Yeah, cool. Man. That's cool. And what would it be another EP or like a longer release? What are you thinking?
Yeah, so just another EP this time around.
Hmm.
So I'm hoping to. I've got plenty of material written. I'm just hoping to throw out a few EPs to sort of name before I commit to printing like a larger volume.
Yeah, fair enough. Cool. Look, Rick, thanks for your time. We had a pretty terrible connection, but we got there. We got through. That was good, man. That was good to chat.